Hello everyone, today we are going over a brand new teaser for a brand new magical island that is supposedly coming tomorrow. So let's delve straight into the teaser. But before we do, I want to also just go and say to watch yesterday's video if you haven't already seen it, because I went over all of the other teasers behind the island in that video and what potentially could come out tomorrow. So definitely go and check that out if you haven't. So anyway guys, let's get into the actual teaser itself. So in the teaser, we see Tring throwing a bone for Stog. They throw it perhaps a bit too far though, because the bone actually ends up outside of Firehaven's volcano and inside the living ocean. In the teaser, we are seen to Stog going south, which we can actually pinpoint on the map. We'll do that in a minute. And Stog is playing fetch in this. So of course, Stog is about to go outside of the volcano on a mission perhaps to discover a new magical island, as we predicted yesterday. The animation in this teaser is wild and it's so cool. Flower and Kane are in the background. They're so fluid, the animation, it's unreal. I was so surprised when I saw it. Anyway, let's look at the monster map now. So south from Firehaven's volcano is further down next to Psychic Island. So presumably we could actually kind of go off of that and say that maybe Stog might venture on to Psychic Island and Fairy Island, perhaps on a mission to actually find the new magical island, because it's located around them places. So to be able to get to the new magical island, it's likely that Stog would have to perhaps go across those terrains, but they might not exactly work out that way, I'm not sure, but that is something that could potentially happen in the trailer tomorrow. Now, as for the actual reveal itself, I think Blabbit will 100% be followed up on from the Extravaganza trailer, along with Fishy. Blabbit and Fishy from the Extravaganza trailer may be found on the magical island itself when it's discovered by Stog, or Blabbit and Fishy may aid Stog in being able to find the magical island, because I doubt that Stog would actually intend to find a magical island itself. I think Stog would actually need some kind of inspiration to go and actually find the new magical island, because to me it just doesn't seem likely for Stog to just get up and go, oh, I'm going to find a magical island when I'm playing fetch. No, I think Blabbit and Fishy are going to influence Stog to actually go to find the new magical island and the Glubber. Now, Glubbers, if you don't know, are deep sea leviathans, and only one has been seen so far on Party Island. Blabbit searched for them in the Extravaganza trailer, so we definitely know that the new magical island is related to Glubbers. This one for the magical island will definitely be different to Party Island. I think it's kind of confirmed at this point that the new magical island will definitely have a Glubber involved in some sort of way. They've done too much hinting for it, as I said yesterday. The Glubber will likely be centered more on the screen. On Party Island in Dawn of Fire, they are more sideways. I think we're going to get a more centered approach this time with how islands are in the original game. I think it's going to look very different, and I definitely think it will be more centered. I think it's going to take inspiration from its Dawn of Fire design for definite, but it may have evolved since Dawn of Fire, because that was a long time ago, as I said yesterday. So we'll have to wait and see on what it may look like, but I think the Glubber will definitely be underneath the island acting like a colossal. Of course, it won't be a colossal, it's different, but I think it will act like a colossal does in the game, in the form that the island will be on top of the Glubber. The island itself, which will be based on the Glubber, will be on top of the living ocean, alike to Fire Oasis, likely moving around like Party Island did. If you have a look in Dawn of Fire, you can see Party Island moving across the ocean as the Glubber is. I don't know if they'll do that exactly, but that would be something cool that they could perhaps do in the original game. That might be a bit hard for them to pull off though, so I'm not sure if they would take that approach, but it would be cool to see the Glubber actually moving in the island itself. But that is really out there, and I'm not really fussed about that. I'm more bothered about the actual island itself, but that is something that they may follow up on in the game. It's also a specific piece of the lore that I would be interested in. If we can't perhaps see the Glubber moving, I would like to know if the Glubber is actually moving in the game if we can't tell. After all, if the island is based on the ocean, it would perhaps make sense for the island to actually move. I think the island will loosely be based around Party Island from Dawn of Fire, like the other magical islands as well. It'll probably just share some similarities to Party Island. The song might take a bit of inspiration from Party Island too, perhaps. Who knows? We'll definitely have to follow up on that tomorrow, though it's hard to say right now. We have nothing to go off for that kind of stuff. And also, we need to go over who is Fishy. Now, with this teaser thing, I feel like we can follow up more on what Fishy could potentially be. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that Fishy may be a magical monster. Its design was high quality to just say that it was a critter, if you think about it. Like, in the trailer, it was pretty high quality, its design. So going from that, you could go and say, oh, it may be a magical monster. But I'd probably say that it's not. Fishy will definitely be followed up on tomorrow, I believe, along with Blabbit. They can't leave them out now, because that they were just a main part of the extravaganza trailer, Blabbit finding the Glubber. I mean, if Stog just goes and finds it, I don't think it would really be right, would it? I mean, I don't want poor Blabbit just to be left there staring at its book still. Wondering when on earth they're going to find whatever this Glubber is. No, they definitely need to follow up on who Fishy is and what a Glubber is, and they also need to follow up on Blabbit actually finding the Glubber, because we don't want to just leave Blabbit sitting there, do we? Fishy wasn't actually aware of the Glubber as well from the trailer, you could say, and you could see from the trailer, so it's most likely, I would presume, that Fishy is going to be the Water Island skin critter or the new Islands critter, but that may be a bit too extreme, I feel like. Fishy was found on Water Island, so that would kind of like symbolizing perhaps that Fishy will indeed be a critter for the Water Island skin rather than the actual magical island. But again, we'll have to wait and see on what exactly Fishy is. As for other new content in the update itself, I do have a bit of developments to follow since yesterday when we went over the potential other things that could come in the update. Now, I've been thinking about it, and whilst the Water Island skin definitely seems 100% likely because of the critter and everything, with that being Fishy, and them having to follow up on Fishy, it could be perhaps a bad idea for them to release two water-themed things all at once, because the new magical island is definitely going to involve water and things, so perhaps we won't want to go down the route of actually adding the Water Island skin tomorrow. I'm not really sure in that department, but I definitely think that the Water Island skin will definitely be coming sometime soon. I think it would make sense for them to release both of them at once, but there's also that weird obscurity in my mind where I'm just thinking that perhaps it could be a possibility where they just don't want to release two Water Island themed things at once, but I think that'd be a bit stupid of a reason not to release two things at once that have been teased for quite a while now, so I feel like it would be wise of them to just release it, even though they might not want to release two water themed things at once. I think it'd just be a good idea to get both things out there tomorrow. As for the new monsters, let's go over once again since yesterday what the new monsters will be. So the monsters tomorrow on the new magical island will be Noggin, Kana, Toejammer, Fangler, Flog, Stog, Frumbolt, the new fire elemental, and 8 new magical monsters. Now, as for the release of the update, it will be, of course, releasing tomorrow, as with all the premieres, straight after we get the new content that will be released. Now, as for the update, when exactly it'll come out now, the actual premiere, make sure to definitely go and watch it 100%, is at 11 AM EST. You might have to convert that to whatever your time zone is. So I'm presuming it'll probably come out at like 12 AM EST or half 11 AM EST or something like that. I'm presuming it could come out later, of course, but I imagine it'll be around the premiere time, like all of the updates seem to be that we do get after premieres. Make sure to definitely go and check out my Magical Island Monsters video, where I went over some concepts that could be for magical monsters potentially, because some magical monsters are actually loosely based around the concepts for previous monsters. So definitely make sure to go and check out that video, so you could perhaps see a magical monster that may come tomorrow, perhaps. I've seen quite a few comments on what exactly the element could be too, so I thought we'd go over some of the comments for what elements people are wanting in the game, because it's just cool to go over, isn't it, really? And it's something just for us to go over before the actual release of the update. So Aaron de Oliveria E. Souza says they would like illusion or dreams to be an element, so that is really cool. I would like to see illusion or dreams. They could do a lot around that. You could have a cloud-like monster, you could have a nightmare-like monster, you could delve into all sorts of things around that, and I'm sure there's lots of different mythical creatures around actual dreams and things, so they could delve into some of that as well. Monster Friend Bionetric says that they would like an emotional element or a ghost element as well. Now, whilst these elements aren't perhaps things that we can look towards getting tomorrow, because the island itself will likely be aquatic based and celebration based, going off of it being based around Party Island and it having a glubber, it is still cool to look over these elements. It could honestly be any element, like just because it's based around water and it being based around Party Island doesn't necessarily mean that it could not be these elements. Like honestly, it could be any element, so you really do have to look at any possibility. Yeah, I mean, them two comments that we looked at there are just prime examples of elements that could release tomorrow. There's absolutely no teasing whatsoever in the teaser that we got today, so it's hard to work out what exactly the element could be. We absolutely have no idea at this point, and honestly, we won't know until tomorrow when the premiere happens. Anyway, guys, are you excited for the new premiere that will be airing tomorrow for the new Magical Island? Let me know what element you would like to be on the new Magical Island and what you think that Fishy is, because Fishy is driving me crazy. I don't know what it is, and it's annoying me. So I can't wait to find out tomorrow what exactly Fishy is. Now, it's more than likely the Water Island skin creators we've been over, but I really want to know what exactly it is. Anyway, guys, bye!